Hey everyone, it's Mike, and we're ready for Scenario 10, Hot Pursuit of Operation Mercury. So this, I don't know, I've spent maybe an hour getting it all set up and trying to wrap my head around the victory conditions here. So I'm going to go over them with you, and I think this scenario has a couple of different strategies that both sides could kind of pursue. And I think you'll see why as we start to go over it. So let me just pop out for a second. I know that it'll probably become difficult to see this, but so the fighting is here, right? You can probably see this big black rectangle here. At this point in the campaign, Allied withdrawal has been triggered. So the Allied units, they want to start exiting, and the exit is all the way down here. So again, just for context, exit, you can look where that black triangle is, Allied troops. So that's the better part of a map and a half. Well, they have almost 3 days to do it, so that's really not a problem, right? They could probably get most of the way there just on division shits alone. Probably within the first day. Well, how come they don't want to do that right away? Just make tracks. Well, there's a sudden death victory condition for this town here, and I'm just going to mark it with a big old V. And there's a sudden death victory condition for this town here. So basically today is May 27th. If the Germans control this, by this turn tomorrow, May 28th, 0700, they automatically win, irrespective of what else is going on. Well, let's say they don't meet that goal. They capture this, irrespective of what else is going on. Before May 29th, 0700, Germans automatically win. Well, if not, then a couple of things need to happen. Then you look at withdrawal level, right? So withdrawal level is basically every point, every unit the Allies evacuate is worth a point. So that's pretty beneficial, right? So for a German major victory here, which is of course what we want to look for. We're looking for Goering's triumph here. Needs to be 14 or fewer. Let's say as high as 25 for the marginal. Well, I guess this says 25, Allied says 25. Let's just call it 24. 25 will be a draw, and then 26 marginal Allied victory. So let's just go through and add up really quickly number of units here. So they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Can't remember if I counted these two or not. Assume we didn't. 62, 64. So there's a good number of units there. So to get the marginal or the major Allied victory, we would have to evacuate half of them. But we don't want to evacuate them too quickly, because if we give up this position or this position here, the Germans automatically win, right? So the Germans, let's say they don't complete that. Let's say that is prevented. Well, then they want to obviously prevent the Allies from evacuating way down here. That's one way they can evacuate. The other way they can evacuate is through these two ports, Kanea, Suda. They can evacuate 2 units a night just pick them up from the port hex and remove them from the game. The Germans also have to take these port hexes prior to the game ending. Otherwise, they automatically lose. The Germans also have to take this hex, this hex, this hex, and this hex, as well as exit 12 units and a leader from over here. I believe it's 12 units. Yeah, 12 units and a leader from here, or face a pretty significant withdrawal penalty of 10. So if that would, leave the margins at 15. So, or excuse me, yeah, 14. So the Germans could give up 14 and still win if they don't do that. But the Germans have plenty of units that they can evacuate set up on the board here. They have a couple more coming in at the start of the turn. Not a whole lot, 4 or 5 more from this formation here. So then when it comes time to talk strategy, it becomes a difficult question. If you look at this territory, this is some of the toughest territory in the game. The modifiers here are -3, which is really, really, really good. Really favors the defenders, so they could definitely, if they wanted to make a show of it, they could entrench there, have -4s, and really make it incumbent on the Germans to come in there and roost them out, probably with assaults. That gets bloody, that takes time. And meanwhile, every night, and there are 2 night turns in this game, a unit can be evacuated from here. 2 units. So if we hold out 2 nights, we can evacuate 4 units. Optimistically. If we leave them there, we're kind of committing them there to die or be evacuated. So there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10 units. We're only going to be able to rescue 40% of them. We're expecting the other 6 to be killed to a man. So that's one strategy. And the Germans have enough units here where they could encircle the city. Obviously they do want to push beyond and capture these 4 hexes and occupy them. From the designer notes, historically, that was done with the Fallschirmjägers, but there's really no requirement on that for us to do it here. So it is up to us. On the other hand, Suda here, the other port, is not as heavily fortified via the terrain. Obviously there are many, many more units in this area, including artillery support. But we can still evacuate 4 units from there all the same. So if we evacuate 4 units from both of these hexes, we're looking at a total of 8 units, and we're already closing in on our objective. So that's one strategy. Another strategy would be to withdraw, to Neon Charion and kind of just try and blanket units between these 2 cities. I don't know who's going to get the edge in a fighting retreat. Historically what happened was they did retreat, but they would, turn around and counterattack. If I'm speaking critically, the system, there's really not. I don't want to say that there's no concept of fatigue whatsoever, but really the fatigue or pace is dictated by dispatch points, really, and all that the dispatch points model. So as long as you know they keep rolling well for dispatch, or you know they're converting high amounts of command points, they can purchase their formation shit over and over and over again. If they want to funnel their resources to one of the formations, let's say the 85th here, they could do that over and over and over again. If you look at this point in the fight, certainly our old friends in the 5th Brigade, they still have a healthy amount of purple units. Everyone's retired in good order here. But the Germans, you know, they have their mortar units are much better than the Allied ones. The Allied ones are 0-step units, and therefore any single hit will eliminate them. You know, the German units are eligible for company bonus, which is huge. Have a slightly larger range, which is, you know, it's nothing to, you know, write home about, but, you know, it's definitely beneficial. They have ranged MG units. They have engineers. The Allies at this point do not have any engineers that I could find. I'll probably come across one once we start playing. These assault engineers have pretty good, they fire on the yellow table in assaults, which is awesome. They can build entrenchments if needed. They can build roadblocks if needed. The German Mountain Division, they have some pretty hefty artillery. And right now, it really can only hit basically anything in the 52 row. I don't want to say anything, but their range is 16, and they're in 36-14, so 52 is pretty much the limit of what they can hit. So we would have to go through the trouble of relocating them. Fortunately, we are given trucks in this scenario to do so. The Allies, I believe, also have trucks. But these are units that can mount, so maybe not necessary. But the trucks would be nice because we can... let me just double check. Okay. So they can only be used on units with the star movement here, which is too bad. I thought it might have been neat if we could load them up onto as like basically like transport for some of these infantry companies, help make good their escape. All right, so I mean, here we are. I've been talking for a while, and we haven't even started playing yet. So I do want to get through one or two turns here. So we start from the very beginning of the 0700 turn. So let's get started. I have an idea of what I want to do for both sides, and let's see if we can get that done. All right, so we start with the 0700. So let's pull up our chart here. So 0700, we do get our German support. So we get 4 Luftwaffe airstrikes. And where are they? Let's see. No matter. Oh, there they are. That really is the last place you look. Okay, so since these are not planned strikes, they do require a spotter. So let's... oh, right. So we have to assign them to a turn. So let's do this turn. All 4 of them. No reason to wait, I don't think. Let's get this campaign started right. So then we have dispatch points. So let's go. So 1, 1, 3, 2. Alright, so New Zealand first. Do they want to convert any? Do they want to purchase a formation ship this turn? We're going to say no. However, for Cree Force, we will convert 2 and spend 2. And we're going to buy the MNDBO jet. Germans, they will purchase the brown formation ship for 2. And they will spend 2 points to bring that back up to there. The Germans, the other Germans, I should say. These formations are kind of tiny. So we will. I mean, I always say that you want to take the initiative and run with it, but let's opt to build up those command points before we do anything. Since we're looking at this page, I do want to point out that all the allied units have -1 troop quality rating due to the supply situation, which we will roll to check for the allies on both night turns. And then the other thing that bears mentioning, I didn't mention it before, to exit the map, they do have to spend a command point, so they will need a decent, if they're not being moved out by shipping from the ports, they will need a decent reservoir of command points as well. Okay, so all of that's done, so artillery parks. So we can create or disband parks. Well, neither side is going to disband parks, so we're going to contact our leaders. So the Germans are going to try and put all of these artillery units in contact with this Oberst Utz. So we'll roll, they're all the same, so we'll just go 1, 2, 3. So 1 and 3 are connected. And 2 is pending. Tough life for a spotter. Alright, so then we have the sea artillery here, and we are going to try and put him in touch with Brigadier Hargist. So 6 or less. Okay. So good stuff there. Then moving along, we can deploy conf group commanders. So there's only 1 Luftwaffe commander here, and there's 2 commanders for the Mountain Division. I think one of these guys was in the Luftwaffe box. So when I originally played it, I was just like, oh, it must be whatever. But I think it was just made its way to the wrong spot in the scenario setup. So this is what we're going to do. One of these conf group commanders is going to go to these independent units here. This big division here does not have a ton of independent units. I guess I don't really see a reason for 2 if those are the only independent units, unless they split up. So for right now, we don't have to put him down right now. So we won't. And then we have our dear friend Major Heilman, and we are going to just stick him here. This way he can operate the artillery on the formation activations. So we can attach allied battalions as well. And I guess maybe there is a like if you go to here, you could attach either like the 2-7 or the 2-8. To this. I think that's how that works. You know, yeah. You know, personally, I've not been a huge fan of the attachments, and really seeing their purpose. So maybe someone with more experience can point it out to me. I mean, I've fooled around with the Greatest Day a little bit, and you know that starts to make more sense to me, because you have operational sectors. So it might be nice to, you know, attach a couple of armored vehicles, send them across sectors. I mean, that's pretty cool. It should come as no surprise here that you know, at one point I do want to play the Greatest Day in the same way that I've played this game, which is, you know, touring through the scenarios, gearing up for the campaign. I don't know if I'll ever be able to pull off the Greatest Day full campaign. I'm about, well, not to put a too fine a point on things, I'm about 40 years from retirement. So by then, all 3 titles should be published, and I'll be able to do one mega campaign until, you know, until I die. Yeah, so that should be cool. Oh, this is a good point to mention that I did put a poll on my Twitter. It closes in 3 days. If you have a thought, because after this scenario we'll do the campaign, so if you have a thought of whether we should do the main event only and leave out the Rethymnon and Hercalian maps, or if we should include them, go ahead and take a vote. I see arguments to be made for both. You know, not including them would certainly reduce a lot of the playing time. I do think that including them kind of ends up favoring the allies, and the reason, and I don't want to talk too much about the campaign game when we're playing scenario 10, but the reason I believe that is the Germans, or the allies, have a lot of opportunities to inflict step losses, which helps keep the morale high, which keeps the Germans from triggering withdrawal. And then once they do trigger withdrawal, they have a second exit, and they do have a lot of units on there. You know, but the counterpoint is, you know, that is the grand experience, and you know, that's what you know, that's where the system really shines. So take a vote, you know, if you see this before the poll closes. Alright, so we've settled up the conf group commanders. We're not going to mess around with attachments for this turn, so then the next thing we do is we put the eligible chits in the mug, and the one caveat here is that for this turn, the Germans get to pick out a formation chit to start with, so it doesn't really say whether they have to pay for it or not, so I'm going to assume not, because most of these scenarios start with all these chits like paid for. So we're going to just you know, do that one. The one that I set up the artillery for, so I don't know if maybe you saw that coming or not. Alright. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to try and chase them into the city here. And, well, you know, it might be a better idea to actually activate this formation and try and outflank them into the city, but see, if we put them into column 1, 2, 3, 4, they're not going to get there on one activation. So instead we will engage them and see if, you know, we can tie a couple of the infantry companies down, which would be nice, because then you start getting those opportunity fires when they try and withdraw. So the first thing we'll do is we will take a look and see if we, yes, we do have a line of sight from this unit here to this hex here, and I'm going to fire one of those artillery units there. If we get lucky, we might pop this mortar. Ooh, and we do. Almost makes me wish we had targeted the infantry company, but reducing the amount of mortars that are able to attack is undeniably a good thing. So what do you think? Do you think we can get that lucky twice? No. It was worth a shot, though. So then, we only have one mortar unit for this section here, so let's try and get some fire down here. Company bonus, we hit it, so 5. So we miss. We rolled a 9, so there is no barrage marker placed. Company bonus, we hit it, so this is our MG. Possible suppression. Well, we didn't spend our command points, did we? No. Is it worth? Probably not. So 50% chance of passing. And they fail. So next, we're going to go 1, 2. And we will do a second activation. Let me just, before I fire, let me just make sure that we do. Yeah, we do. I saved some. So we get the company bonus. We're rolling an 8. And let me tell you, an 8 is an absolute killer because you have a chance to do step losses and, yeah. So if we're rolling an 8, we have a 20% chance doing a step loss, a 10% chance of eliminating. So really, it's a 30% chance of a step loss. That's a killer. So we don't do a step loss. We do a cohesion hit though, which we're gonna take. I will take cohesion hits all day, every day. So we'll move up here. This unit will go, or actually let's move up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So a good start for the Germans here. So now they roll their direct command, which is honestly not great. But let's see if we can do some damage. So let's activate this unit again. So let's see if we hit our company bonus again. We do not. So 6. we roll a 6, so we get the lucky step loss. Let's make sure we don't forget our command point. So, don't want to spend out all of them, but yeah. Let's see if well, let's wait. So let's move some of these guys around. So let's go. Well, first let's attack here. So we hit our company bonus. We're rolling a white 5, and if we look at the combat results table, white 5, we have a 20% chance of doing a step loss, 20% chance of suppressing, 20% chance of cohesion hit. So these are all good results. But we roll a 9 in our instance, so then we'll just move these 2 paratroopers up. So that'll be 3 command points. Okay, so we spent those, so then we'll move it out. Okay. So you see how doing this, like already, if I want to withdraw this unit, I'm going to have to take 1 opportunity fire. If I want to withdraw this unit, I'm going to have to take 4 opportunity fires. If I want to withdraw this unit, I have to take 2 opportunity fires and do a spend a command point, which I only have 2 of. But that's a good idea. So actually, before we do that, oh man. Okay. Alright. So we do have this mortar here. It's the only artillery we have, so everything is out of range. Damn. Alright, so that, let's roll troop quality top to bottom. Well, I guess this one we'll roll for first. And obviously we're moving out of fire zone, so fire zone to non-fire zone. Well, actually, it is still in a fire zone from this unit here. So they miss. Let's go here. They get a cohesion hit, but they do move out. So that's 2. Oh, actually, I forgot to. I could probably roll this unit here. 2 4s. So the machine gun hits. Fire zone to fire zone. Miss. And then the AT gun here. What do you know? Fire zone to fire zones, 5 or less. So they are suppressed, so let's not waste all of this for nothing. So let's spend a second command point. We'll get them to there. Actually, I guess this machine gun unit would also have a fire zone, but they fail a true quality roll. So that's 2. So then we go here. The only units that will be able to hit it is this one here. So let's roll that naturally. So this will be fire zone to non-fire zone. So 0 or 1. They come very close. It's a 2. Alright. They got themselves out of harm's way for now. And this here, we're going to take a comical amount of opportunity fires. So really, let's just start. We'll go here, miss. Top to bottom, so 4 or less. Okay. So this is going from fire zone to fire zone. Possible suppression. We'll just roll it out. Yeah, they are suppressed. Let me just check one thing about opportunity fire. Make sure I'm not playing this wrong. All right. Okay. I was just double checking that it can be in the fire zone of any opportunity firing unit. Okay, so then we're going to try and go with this one here. So, let's see. Oops. They should be there. Okay, so let's do this unit here first. Fallschirmjäger AT gun. Naturally. So it is going to be fire zone to fire zone. Miss. This unit here. Miss. The AT gun here. Miss. I'm not sure what that is, but it's a nasty looking thing. Hits. So this is going to be fire zone to fire zone. And this is a yellow 5. So yellow 5 is identical to the white. So it's direct high explosives, so 20% chance of a step loss here. We'll settle for the suppression. Let's try and roll and convert. So we need a 4 or less, but we do get it. So we get to here, and then from here, it really can't go anywhere else because these barrage markers. Let me double check. This barrage marker. Okay, barrage marker is extra cost to move out, not in. So we will go from here to here, and then this unit again gets an opportunity fire, and this unit again gets an opportunity fire. So we'll go with the Fallschirmjäger dual purpose unit first. Miss, and then the direct high explosive unit. They both miss. Okay. So then this unit will pay all 4 to go here. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4. Let me just back up. So this unit's fine. This unit takes an opportunity fire from here. Naturally it hits. So this is a fire zone to non-fire zone, so low odds attack. Yep, so it's cleared. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. So 2, 4, that's fine. So this one will take again from the white one and then the yellow one. So white unit. Okay, so this is fire zone to non-fire zone, so again a low odds attack. And then this unit here, same odds. No. So they make it. Okay, so then this unit here, well, actually, let's look at this unit. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. this unit's not in range of anything, so 2, 4. This unit here, it's in range of quite a bit, so let's try this white unit again. It's fire zone to non-fire zone. Miss. This unit here. Miss. Yeah, I believe that is going to be it. So they can only go there. Alright, so actually they took a decent amount of opportunity fire shots and mostly made it through okay. There were some casualties. We're probably going to lose this unit pretty soon, but mostly we made it out. Okay. So then Allied Direct Command, well, they are just going to have to pass. Alright, so New Zealand Division. So, Direct Command. So they get their Direct Command rating, which is, in this scenario, 4. I believe. Yeah. And Dispatch, they get no dispatch points. So they get 4 Direct Command and no dispatch points. Well, so what are we going to do? Well, I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to move in such a way that kind of broadens the line. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Or 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. I know that they can't stack together, just forgive the timing on these things. So 4. Actually, it doesn't make sense to put that one there. So 2, 4. Or maybe it does. I don't know. Let's go 1, 2, 3 and a half. And then let's send these guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, I'm gonna move them out, prevent the Allied, blitzkrieg, so to speak. 1, 2, 3. Okay, very good. All right. The German mountain men. Well, so they did have half a mind to kind of like blitz towards here. However, there's lots of like slopes for them to climb through. So even in column, it would eat through a lot of activations. So I don't know. And I also don't want to winnow our strength so much that we're not able to take this port. So maybe we should go directly into combat with them. So basically, everyone gets to move up 4. And lest we forget our conf group commander, so 1, 2, it's probably going to be fastest through the road, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right, Cree Force. So command. So they get 6. Dispatch. What is their dispatch rating? It is 1. So they get 6 command points. Certainly not as much as they would have liked. But let's go 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. I think this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is out of range. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to rally off the cohesion hit for this one. And here we'll remove the suppression. And we'll go like that. Alright. These artillery units here. We're going to slap them onto trucks and we're going to move them out. Let's see. So then 1, 2, 3, 4. this unit will try and build an improved position. So they get it. Let's see. Improved position for here. This one they miss. There we go. Improved position here. They get it. Improved position here. They miss. Improved position here. They get it. Oops. And then lastly, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, moving right along. So we have those famous mountain men of the German division. So let's go and let's take, first we'll take our reinforcements. So this remains the only place for them to land. And let me grab those delay markers. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. And what we'll do is we'll certainly slap a truck on this unit here. Can go much farther that way. Command points. So they get 6, 7? They get 7, I believe. And dispatch. Alright, so they have 2 dispatch points. So they get the rare 3. And then they get 7 command points. So they're doing pretty well. Alright. So then let's try and continue to move as many of these as possible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can go 4. One, 2, 3, 4. And then this black one here, I have to look up the terrain costs. Slope peg side, other terrain times 2. They should be in column. Wheeled for, so Actually, let's go 3, 6. That's tough. Alright. So then we'll go 2 here. 1, 2, 3. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's mount this unit. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Here's pretty tricky. You go 1, 2. Can't really move anyone else, so the question is, do we want to try and finish off this unit? And we have healthy amounts of both, so let's try and do it. First, let's soften them up with some artillery. It's possible suppression. They will roll it. It is suppressed and barraged. So for those of you following along at home, you know what time it is. It is time for an assault. So there are no enemy fire zones on these hexes here. So we're going to assault with this unit here. So no bravery check required. It's suppressed, no opportunity fires possible. They have a lot of command points, and they may not want this unit to get charged off the board. So we will do a round of assault fire. So first, it's a red 0 for the Allies. They miss. Alright, so company bonus for the Germans. They hit, so red 8. And that is clear terrain, so red 8. So I think actually that's a step loss. So let's double check. Red 7 is a step loss. So this unit is eliminated. And now the Germans have maneuvered themselves into a barrage marker. But it's nice that, let me just double check that I spent it. No, I did not spend the command point. Now these units can kind of move up. So we can send these guys here, 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 in there. Cool. Alright. Lucky these guys came out because I forgot to shoot the planes. So, command. So they get 5. And dispatch. They're not getting any dispatch points. So let's shoot the planes. Let's do it. Let's see. Unfortunately, our targets are going to be somewhat limited. You know what? I'm going to give myself the benefit of the doubt and let the some of the mountain troops spot for attacks, because I really didn't do too much with this division here. So they have a line of sight to this guy. They have a line of sight to this guy. this guy as well. So let's go. Miss. 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 And we get one suppression. So it's not an entire waste. So 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Mount it. 4, 4, 4. Mount this one. 4, 4, 4, 4. Man. Let's make sure that all of these are being put into column. Otherwise, they really can't move for sugar. 4, 4. Let's see if we can shoot these. Miss. Miss. Okay, so those both cost our commands. So that'll be that. Yeah. German random event. The classic lost Fallschirmjäger. But everyone's at full strength, so unfortunately this is a waste of a pretty powerful event. Which leaves our last shit as the turn is the allied event, random event. So I've shot this video for probably a little over an hour at this point, since of all the ramblings at the beginning. So this is a good place to stop it, so I'll move to the 0900 turn and we'll pick it up soon. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Mike. Let me just, I'll remove those so I don't forget. We'll catch you in the next video. Do remember to take a vote in that poll if you care to. Otherwise, we'll see you around. Thanks.